Honestly, this white man think he was actually trying to come on live TV, on live CNN, on live Fox News to shame black people. You never expect the backlash that actually came after that. You never expected the farful. You know, one problem with these white folks that I've noticed is every single thing they want to take it from black Americans by force. And the ones they cannot take by force, they will bring out their aggression, they will bring out the anger, they will bring out their demons for you to see that yes, they never wanted black Americans in this place. Or in fact, even if it's black American people that actually built this country, they should look for another place to migrate to. But sorry, sir, adding to the fact that you've actually gotten online, black Americans are going nowhere. They're going nowhere. They remain there because they built the country. If there is any single person that is supposed to just disappear, that is supposed to not even utter a word, it should be someone like you. I say what I say. I don't know if you guys have seen this particular video, but I'm going to go ahead and roll out the clips. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit belongs to the original creator of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And with that being said, let's hear him talk, and I'll be back with commentaries, and let me know your honest opinion in the comment section.
Why don't you move to a different country? Why are you staying here? Young 10-year-old, very intelligent-looking young lady, a black young lady who will not stand for the Pledge of Allegiance in her classroom. She doesn't want to stand up because apparently she believes that black Americans need a lot more to be done in this country. You know what I believe, Cornell? And I know you supported her publicly. I think at 10 years old, she has no real understanding of what America is. So I wonder if her parents have sat her down and explained what Americans have given their lives, white, black, red. It doesn't make any difference. They stood and they fought and they died for this country, and she doesn't want to do anything to honor them?
She comes from a family of military service members. Her father's is a retired military service member also, who served this nation well with great dignity.
Good.
Her mother's a very intelligent woman. What white people need to understand
Just white people?
Yes, please. Let me explain. That national anthem was written by Francis Scott Key, a slave owner.
Oh, here we go.
Who demonized and hated black slaves and black people. Go research the third verse where he says, "There's no refuge in this country for the hireling or the slave. Both should be turmoil to the grave."
How's her parents do it?
This is a man
Are they successful?
that promised turmoil for black people to the
So
grave. Would you ask Jewish children to say a
successful.
pledge to a German anthem that disrespects Jewish people?
If they're
No, you
living
would
in
not.
Germany,
No,
sure.
you would not.
Well, sure.
That disrespects Jewish people?
Then
No,
why
you would not.
you certainly can kneel down. In America, you have the right to do that.
America looked at the same way at Rosa Parks when she refused to get up and give up her seat to a white man on the bus. But history vindicated her. History vindicated
Two different
her. America
things.
demonized Harriet Tubman for freeing slaves from slavery, but history vindicated her. So I say to that young girl, you stand strong, stand up, and stand for what you believe in. And to all of those who are too coward to do it, don't get in that young girl's way. Others
What would you like
support that young
What
girl.
would you like her to say to the men and women who have fought for this country like I ran into over the weekend? The black men and women who fought for this country, and some who gave their
And
lives.
ask the black men and women who served America in its military, like in the Independence War. We helped America get it, and we were still slaves after. Ask those in Vietnam who gave their war
Why
on
didn't you stay
Vietnam
in
battlefields,
2016?
but then came back and was
Why
called
didn't you stay in
niggas
2016?
in their own country. We have fought in America's war, and we've never been given the justice and the due process of everybody else in this nation.
Then
So
why don't you
something is
move
right.
to a different country? Why are you staying here if you don't
Man,
like it?
let me tell you why. Because
Why?
the country belongs to Indians. You white folks stole it from them, raped and robbed their people. This not your country. You all came over here and stole it and beat the hell out of them.
When I was
So this
born,
not your
it
country.
was my country.
You all need to go home.
If you're
you
not
all need to go back where you
interested-
came
if
from.
you don't like it, why don't you
Excuse
pack
me?
up and go?
Let the Indians decide who should pack up and go. And I guarantee you black folks will stay, and you all will be on the first damn boat leaving here. So don't try that.
Why don't you move to a different country? Why are you staying here?
Hey, y'all. Now, go back and watch this clip with this white man. These are Fox News anchors, and the white man and the black man are arguing about a 10-year-old who refused to stand for the Star Spangled Banner because she knows the history behind that song. And this white man is turning red in the face because he's so pissed about the disrespect that she's having to service members, especially black service members. And then the black man tried to explain it to him, but he didn't want to hear none of that. No, 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 no. His suggestion was, if you don't like it, get out this country. Meanwhile, the black man also pointed out that white people don't even belong here, that they stole this country, and this ain't their country. If anybody has to say about who goes and who stays, it should be the Native Americans. But I digress. Let's move it on. Here's the thing for me. I'm going to go through three major things that absolutely gets you treated differently because you're African American in the United States military. Period. I'm saying all of them. Let's start with our hair. Because our hair grows out curly and grows up to the guys, this is considered unkept. I will have to pull my hair back constantly and put it up in the ball. We had to fight for the rights to wear our natural hair in its natural state. We had to fight for the rights to wear locks. When naturally, that's how a lot of black people wear their hair. We had to fight for the rights to wear our hair even like this. Hell, they had us in wigs looking like who did it and why. That's one. Two, let's talk about this weight control thing. Literally, when I first joined the military, I was 130 pounds. And I was overweight for the military. Yes. I was considered overweight. My sergeant, when he taped me, he said, I don't know what they expect you to do. You only have 8% body fat on your body. And if we're going to be real about it, it's your boobs. And that's it. There was nothing else. But I was overweight at 130 pounds. Listen here. That alone, let's keep it on. The weight control. If you have a curve or a bump, you're overweight. I call it the SpongeBob effect because SpongeBob is built like a square. I've seen white service members, male and female, who are clearly overweight, pass the tape because their hips don't protrude out that much from their waist. If their waist is 33 and their hips is 36, they will pass the weight control. What? And be 250 pounds. I promise you. I've seen it happen. I was in charge of that. Now let's do the last one. As a African American who served for this military and worked with all four branches, I've literally seen more of our white counterparts be promoted without doing the work, whereas black service members have to make sure they go to school, have their PT test in order, have their NCOERs or whatever, the OERs in order, all of this stuff in order before they can get considered for a position to go to school. And once they complete their school, only then, and pass the board, only then would they be considered for promotions. I've seen white people get pinned without any of that. And they're given a year to get that done. What? But those are my three examples that I've seen as a black service member. As Francis Scott Key's Star Spangled Banner. Literally, it's the small part. Because I'm telling you, I applaud that young lady. And as a service member, I support her. Y'all had a day y'all deserve. Bye.
1926 interview with Quanell was not about the little black girl who did not want to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. That debate was about who gets to belong and who doesn't. Because Quanell explained calmly and historically why a little black child may not want to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance, or the national anthem for that matter. He explained how the man who wrote that anthem was a slave owner who despised black people. He explained how black soldiers fought, bled, and then came home to a country that still called them slurs, still denied them the same freedoms they went and fought for those white people to have. He explained that freedom in America has always come with an asterisk for us. And so what did that white man do? He interrupted, he overtalked, he continued to dodge accountability, and then he pulled the oldest card in the book. Well, if you don't like it, why don't you just leave? And that question right there is the tell. Because white Americans cannot fathom why black and brown people will criticize a country that we still stay in. And that is because white Americans' nationalism is their identity, not principles. See, black, brown, and indigenous people have peoplehood. We have lineage, we have memory, we have culture that's older than the American flag. Our identity exists with or without America. And white Americans don't have that. Because remember, most of them were not nobles, they were not royalty, they were Europe's cast-offs, criminals, rapists, debtors, and the violently poor that were exported to stolen land. The society that put them on the bottom of the hierarchy rid themselves of them and then shipped them here where they built up a hierarchy that put them at the top. They invented whiteness to cling to. They invented something that gave them a sense of identity, something they could invent that made them think they were superior, and indoctrinated everyone else by threat of violence and force and death to believe that what they were inventing was true. They wrapped their entire self-worth in a nation that they felt that they could finally dominate. And that is why they cling to that flag, to the anthems, to the pledge, because that's all they have. So when we say, hey, this country harms us, they don't hear a call to repair. They instead hear a threat to their identity. When Quanell told him all the reasons why black people believe that we should not have to stand up for an anthem or pledge our allegiance to a country that's never put us anywhere but at the bottom, that white man said, well, then why don't you leave? Because they hear a threat to their identity, that's why the solution is always for us to leave. But here's the part they choke on, just like Quanell said. This country ain't theirs. This country was stolen from indigenous people, built by enslaved Africans, and maintained by exploited labor. We didn't come here chasing some dream. Our ancestors were brought here in chains. So don't ask us why we stay. Ask yourselves why you won't leave. I believe they will not leave because deep down they know that this nation, this country, this America is the only thing standing between them and finding out who they really are, the type of people they really come from. And that's why a black child choosing to sit down for the Pledge of Allegiance threatens you, terrifies you, because it's not disrespectful, it's honest. Black people's relationship with white people in America has been one of narcissistic abuse, and it's just like a narcissist to say, don't talk about all the ways in which I hurt you. Congratulate me for giving you the smallest bit. Tell me how great I am. Don't look too closely about the wrongs I've done because that didn't happen. Just like a narcissist.
Move to a different country. Why are you staying here, young?
Tell me why they ask us, why don't we leave? When they brought us here, right? I didn't ride over here on a boat because we wanted to. Our family was brought here out of no goodwill and used as slaves. And on top of that, to this day, people still fight like this white man on the screen talking about how, well, why don't you leave? Well, why don't we all stop the hate? Because that's all this is. To have any kind of disregard for a different race, you purely and basically are saying, I'm dumb. Because what do you mean? Different cultures are beautiful. Different ethnicities are beautiful. even the white people.
A fantastic law. It is time to start enforcing the laws that are on the books instead of the state and local officials legislating from their own little tiny offices.
It's an awful law because it's nothing more than a legal way for law enforcement to racially profile Mexicans and Hispanics. I would say to the Hispanic and Mexican community, what you got to do now, hook up with the black community and unite in political power, because if Mexicans and black people unite in Texas, we can control the governor, we can control the lieutenant governor, and we can control politics in Texas, period. I'm saying to Latino brothers and sisters, don't fight them by yourself. If you hook up with black people and we unite, I'm telling you, we can run Texas and then pass laws to deal with those who hate us.
You're advocating for criminal activity, Quanell. These people are not here lawfully. They need to do what our ancestors did, what many Mexicans have done.
No, wait a minute.
Many, don't interrupt me.
Your ancestors came here illegally. Wasn't nothing legal about your ancestors. They came illegally and they murdered, they raped, they pillaged a whole race of people. This country, Texas, Arizona, and California, belonged to the Mexicans.
Quanell, get back
it was
to the
stole from them.
You tell me to get back to the point.
They came here illegally.
No, you're not being fair to me here. You say stay on topic. I say, okay, we'll stay on topic. And then as soon as we start talking about illegal immigration, you go back to the black issue. Let's stay on topic.
Your ancestors are the master illegal immigrants.
Give me the opportunity to respond in that, you know what, we're all Americans here. And if you are here legally, absolutely, then we need to come together and we need to pass good laws for enforcing the laws.
Well, perhaps the Native Americans should have...
Bad about Mexicans, and he got put in his place.
Governor Greg Abbott wants to make sure that Houston, the city of Houston, is put under the same microscope as any city that isn't allowed legally to be the quote-unquote sanctuary city. And this is what we do here in the city of Houston. People come into the city of Houston illegally. They're allowed to stay. There is only so much that our law enforcement officers are willing to do, that the DEA is willing to do, that the border agents are willing to do. Why in the world don't we go after those that are here? Well, that's what Abbott wants to change, and I agree. And as soon as we make sure that in the state of Texas, if Houston keeps conducting itself the same way that San Antonio and other cities conduct themselves, then no money is coming to Houston from the state. We need to do that on a state level. We also need to do it on a federal level.
But, Matt, my problem with this is, why are we so worried about getting rid of all of the Mexicans or Hispanics that are quote-unquote here, if they're illegal or not? At the end of the day, many of them are paying taxes. Many of them have been here for generations and decades. And, Matt, trying to get rid of 4 or 5 or 3 million people all at once is not going to work. We don't have the resources.
We don't have to do it all at once.
And secondly, Matt, listen, there is no such thing as an illegal Mexican immigrant coming into Texas, because they're only coming home. Texas, Arizona, and California was stole from the Mexicans.
Don't start
this
that now,
all belongs to them. So they're only coming home, and then here it is, you white folks stole the land from the Indians, but yet you're the natural, real illegal immigrant.
So let's start with the things you said that are already wrong. First of all, they're coming here, they're not paying any taxes. You're telling me they're paying taxes? They're not paying taxes because nobody knows who the heck they are. No, they're not paying any taxes.
Matt, when they buy a product, they pay a tax on it.
Let's continue.
When they buy a car, they pay a tax on it.
You come into this country illegally. That is a law that you're breaking. And that's why they have to be sent back to wherever they came from. They want to come through the front door. That is the correct way to come in. And the city of Houston has to stop allowing this, or we're never going to get them to stop coming in here. Look, that's what we got to do. Follow the law.
But, Matt, where is the compassion that the indigenous Indians had for white people in this country?
Why do you keep going backwards?
They let you all come in.
What are you going
backwards?
And
you came in and raised a whole lot of hell.
Don't start.
Trump
Start
called
bringing up
Mexicans
history
rapists.
and try and explain
He called
what's
them
going
criminals.
on today.
Trump called the Mexicans illegal criminals coming into America. Was the biggest illegal criminal ever come into America was white people.
So you don't give a damn if people break into this country.
I don't give a damn.
I wonder what's going to happen when they come and rob your house.
I don't give a damn about hypocrites who came here illegally and stole all of this and now want to blame them for only coming back home. To all of the Mexicans, don't worry about this. Just keep having babies, and in 30 years, all these white folks will be under your control.
To Americans, let's stand up and do what the hell we're supposed to do and stop letting the city of Houston be an open door. This ain't no sanctuary city.
Don't listen to that.
This is a real city.
And Native Americans.
I told everybody that I'm in remission. I am cancer free. And I want to thank everybody that has prayed for me, that has come up to me and been so kind to me. And you know what? the immigrant-free day, I think about these individuals. You know something? When you do what I did, when you work hard, when you do what you're told, when you go where you're supposed to go, and you pray to God, then good things happen. If one day you decide you're going to do none of those things, then what may happen is exactly what happened to these so-called immigrants, many of them illegal, who decided not to go to work a particular day to somehow get across some kind of message. They get fired the next day. Welcome to America.
Matt, you know, I am happy that you're in remission. To God be the glory. But it is amazing how you could beat cancer and be in remission and your heart still be so cold and hard. It is amazing how you would speak that way about immigrants when you call them so-called immigrants. You're right, they're so-called immigrants.
Some are illegal.
Because they're only coming back home. Texas, Arizona, and California were stole from the Mexicans. So they're so-called immigrants because they're coming back home. And when you speak about if you work hard and do the right thing and be good to people, well, guess what? That's not the history or the legacy of your ancestors.
You got to come through the front door.
White folk didn't come through the front door. White folk kicked open the back door and killed everything else in between to conquer America.
Well, why do you,
they were not good to people that they met. They didn't show hospitality to the Indians.
You're trying to avoid what we're talking about.
They didn't do that.
Here.
They weren't hospitable.
You're trying to avoid what we're talking about here, and you're going to go back 200-300 years.
What I'm trying to do.
Why don't we talk about what's taking place over the weekend?
What I'm trying to do is try to tell white people like you, stop throwing rocks at the immigrants when you all live in a glass house. You all didn't come to America the right way or the godly way.
Yes, you do. You do the things the correct way. And in 2017, the correct thing to do is come through the front door. And these are people that snuck into this country. And so we're all supposed to allow that to happen? That's not how it works. You're not going to get what you're looking for. And you got to work. You got to come through the front door. I understand that.
I'm saying they should not have to sneak back into a territory that the legacy of that territory belonged to their own people. But let's just say for the sake of the law, they broke the law. Okay, I'll give you that. But at the end of the day, brother, where is the human compassion that the ancestors of Indians showed your community? You all won't show it to nobody else. But you want it all showed to you.
Let's stay in America. There was no America back, what you're talking about. You're taking something and trying to turn it into something that it's not. Let's talk about the rules and the laws that exist in the United States of America.
This is America, but America the beautiful has been America the ugly toward too many people of color. And all we want is the same thing you all enjoy, the complexion for the protection.
Well, I tell you what,
all got in America. We don't have that.
Do that when somebody crosses your property line and wants to come into your home and sit down in your living room and eat out of your refrigerator without ever asking you or without being a member of your family.
All the immigrants are not doing that. So stop that, brother. That's a hype. That's a lie, and it's racist, man.
It's not a hype. It's exactly what they want.
They're not all doing that.
Anyways, welcome back again to the channel. And you people have seen how messed up this man made things to look like. You people have seen literally how he cannot even hide the demon inside of him. He cannot hide the pains. He cannot hide that he literally cannot actually stand Black Americans. You have to say it one-on-one. You have to say, why not you people go? Go to where? That's the question. Go to, are they coming to Nigeria? Or they are going to Zimbabwe or Tanzania? Or where are Black Americans going? Because he made it look like Black Americans are not comfortable with the system of Nigeria, of America. So for the fact that they're not comfortable with the system of America, the next thing that he can actually offer them, or the next thing that he can actually say is, if you're not comfortable with a certain place, you go. Go to where? Go to where? You know, I keep saying this, and I will still say this, I'll say it's crystal clear. You see some of these people that put on channels, especially these popular TV shows, for them to actually talk, they need to scrutinize these people. They need to ensure they are giving these people written scripts. Because a lot of them, once they come on stage, once they come on the show, they now want to do more than the script and impress. He want to impress the white folks. He want to impress the orange man. He want to tell the orange man, yes, I'm standing by you. Even the orange man cannot open his mouth. Cannot open his mouth to say, Black Americans, if you're not comfortable, you leave. He has literally said on different type of his videos that Black Americans built this country. They built this country. So he knows that no matter how he's doing every other stuff with immigration, moving Latinos, Asians, Hispanics, every single thing, including Nigeria, he cannot try it with Black Americans. So after these people have suffered, they've gone through slavery, segregation, Jim Crow, name it, what they have actually not passed through. You want them to humbly live because the system is demonic. They will remain there and they will take over and take charge. And I know that that is why a lot of them are scared to put Black people in spaces they knew that Black people are supposed to be. A lot of them are scared to make Black people see themselves as, oh yeah, I'm achieving this particular position. And because of that, that is what they are also suffering today. It was a matter of Black person cannot sit there. Why can a Black person sit there? That made them choose the orange man that is whooping their ass east, west, north, and south. Instead of a matured man, an adult, someone's father, someone's husband, to sit down and ask himself, how can America go forward? What can we do to better things? That's the question you were supposed to be asking. How can we come together to make sure a lot of things is working well? How can we help? That is things he was supposed to be asking. But no, he chose to want to impress and he got his ass whooped. He got the reaction he was looking for because coming from the Black folk side, coming from the white folk side, they attacked him. That's for people, the white folk side that are supporting Black Americans, because I also saw some white folks in the comment section jubilating and happy and say, yes, let them go. Let them go. If they're not happy, they should go. We are not happy, but we are not going. We mount. We mount. Soldier go, soldier come. Barrack still remains where it is. So all you need to do, sir, with all due respect, is if you don't know what to say on national TV, on international TV, in fact, if you don't know what to say with interviewing people and knowing how to collate with them, kindly quit. It is not by force for you to do this particular job. Yeah, that's my advice for you. Because Black Americans got that country and they go nowhere. They go nowhere. Melanated people go nowhere. Anyways, let me know what you think about this, guys. Credit belongs to the original creator of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do it, subscribe, like this video, drop me your comments, and lastly, do not forget to share for every other person to get this good news. And yes, guys, with that being said, I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking my videos, dropping commentaries, sharing my videos, super chats, super thanks, and also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And with no further ado, credit belongs to the original creator of every single clip. So anyways, I'm gonna be saying bye, guys, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye. I love you guys. Mwah.